Hello, Joe Johnston here, and we're going to tour 3 of my favorite coffee places in Agritopia. They're all family owned and operated. They're all focused on quality. They're all hangouts, which is great. And you might say, well, why is Joe qualified to talk about coffee? Because I am going to evaluate each one's cappuccino. Well, the fact is that before I was in the restaurant business and in community development, I was in the coffee business. We had a place called the Coffee Plantation, which is a chain of coffee houses that were in Scottsdale and Phoenix and Tempe. And I fell in love with coffee, and once you become a coffee connoisseur, you can't turn back. Also in our family, my great-grandpa designed a coffee grinder way back in the early 1900s. So we've been involved with coffee and coffee machines and coffee for a long time. So we're at Garage East Wine and Coffee. It is family owned and operated. The owners live here in Agritopia. This is the newest of the coffee ventures, but the secret sauce for this place would be that it is also a winery. You can get delicious breakfast wine here, which is basically a mimosa on steroids with sparkling wine, local citrus, really delicious. And then the other secret sauce would be the really cool vibe that they have. It's a little bit like a wine country vibe. All the places that we're visiting, and particularly here, are great places to hang out, meet a friend, talk, and just have a good time. Now, Garage East Wine and Coffee, their coffee is third wave. And by third wave, that is the segment that came after second wave, obviously. And it is when people start saying, well, look, if we roast so darkly, we can't taste the difference between different countries and different farms. And so typically it's a lighter roast focusing on more of the fruity flavors of coffee, so you can tell the difference between Guatemalan or particular farms within Guatemala. So they are third wave. Provision is their coffee roaster. Provision is a local roaster of coffee, highly respected. So let's move up and place our order.
How's it going?
How are you doing today?
Doing good.
May I have a cappuccino, please?
Absolutely.
For here.
Sounds good. Whole milk soda and cappuccino.
And whole milk. Whole milk, please. So here it is, the cappuccino from Garage East. Delicious. So it's important, it's not too hot that you can't drink it immediately. That's important for a cappuccino. Creamy, delicious. It's very, very well balanced. I also like the contrast of the red cup with the cappuccino itself. It's a beautiful presentation. There it is, beautiful breakfast wine. Delicious and refreshing, along with your cappuccino. There's no better morning you can have. We're at the coffee shop, which is the first of the coffee places in Agritopia. It's family owned and operated. The family lives here in Agritopia. And the coffee shop is second wave coffee. Second wave would be when people start saying, hey, American coffee does not taste that good. Let's get better quality coffees, and we're going to dark roast them to differentiate them from more of the commercial coffees of the time. The secret sauce here is the fact that they are a bakery. So their baked goods are freshly baked right here on premises. And then also they've got an outstanding vibe. The Ralph Lauren room, the French country front, and then the patio in the back. So it's an awesome place to hang out, and we're gonna go try a cappuccino. I would like to have a classic cappuccino for here in one of those like cappuccino cups. Perfect. Thank you. So it's perfect temperature, nice and just creamy, delicious. Now this is more dark roast too, so this is going to have a little bit more of the Starbucks sort of flavor to that darker roast. So if you're a Starbucks fan, this is the way you're going to want to go. but it's a very delicious one. I would normally put sugar in this to kind of balance that dark roast flavor. So this coffee comes from Mr. Espresso. The beans themselves are from Mr. Espresso in Oakland, California, and it's oak wood roasted. And that's another family business, and I know them personally very, very well. They do a great job, and it's great that they're partnered up with the family here from Agritopia that owns and operates the coffee shop. So now we're at Peixoto Coffee here at Epicenter, and this is also family owned and operated. Interestingly, the family has been growing coffee in Brazil since the late 1800s. This is fourth wave coffee in that it's fully integrated from the farm to the cup. They import it, roast it, run the coffee house, everything. They're at the top of their game. The secret sauce here would be the fact that even though they're so elevated in what they do, they're super kind. It's like walking into the Peixoto family home, so to speak. And then also the interior is awesome. It's got a balcony. It's just a great place to hang out. This is their family's farm in Brazil. You can see the drying of the coffee. And of course you can buy all the Peixoto coffee here for you to brew at home. Also you can see where the coffee is grown in Brazil, and then the location of the coffee house here in Gilbert, Arizona. This is some of the best equipment available on the market. It's all adjustable as to temperature and pressure on each one of the groups. These are some of the best grinders you can find. They adjust for the heating up of the burrs, the whole thing. Could I please have a cappuccino for here? Whole milk. Whole milk, of course. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Temperature's perfect. You can drink it straight away. Creamy, all like the coffee and the milk are all one thing. They're not like two separate things. Very delicious. The roast, beautiful, nicely balanced, awesome.